And then you have the Canucks who, they've been pretty just steady all year, steady good team. And if their power play gets hot and Demko comes back, and like there's 5 teams I just named right there, right? Not
Right.
to mention like the Kings, who knows what you have with the Kings. So it's a grind. Like you just look at, and then forget about that, like Nashville, right? The hottest team since they didn't get to go to their concert. So who knows, right? Pick your
Yeah.
spots, pick your poison in the West.
Are you a Canucks fan? Even like, I mean, obviously that's you retired it one day. Contract there to retire as a Canuck because you played most of your career there. Are you kind of a Canucks guy?
Yeah, I'm a Canucks guy. I think I want them to do well. That's where I played the majority of my career. Am I sitting there watching every game and cheering for them? No, like I'm not like sitting there and live or die with a win or a loss. But I
Yeah.
definitely am happy they're back in the finals. I still have a lot of friends in that organization, and I want to see them do well. I think it's time. Since I left 2015, they've only made the playoffs one time, and that was that bubble year that for me doesn't
Right.
even really count.
That's
They
right.
Right.
had like the play-in game, and it was like a shortened 3 out of 5 series. So the fan base deserves a playoff run.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, they're sitting in first right now, in the Pacific, second overall, behind a hot Dallas team, right? Like
Yeah.
you were just saying. What are your thoughts on Quinn Hughes, man? This guy, he's second on team in points, with 86 and 77 games, and he's first among all D, man. He's pretty special talent.
Yeah, he's a stud, and he's the thing that getting to know him a little bit, and just from some of the talks, he's a quiet assassin, and people don't know that about him. Like they see this mild mannered, quiet, kind of sheepish kid, and kind of smiling ho hum, but he's a killer. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing for sure, and
I love
he
that.
he wants to, like, when it's 3-0, he wants to make it 4-0, and he wants to make it 5, and he looks at guys at the other team, and I know this, and I haven't really talked about it because it would embarrass him, but he looks at guys in the other team and he says, "That guy can't cover me." Like on the blue line, like that guy can't cover me in the open ice, and he's a special player, and he plays a ton of minutes for him. And he was challenged earlier in the season. If you want to play these big minutes, then your game has to be here. If it starts to drop here because you're tired and you're cheating the game on the defensive end, then your minutes are going to go down. And he's like, "Bring it, bring the
Right.
challenge." And his game hasn't dropped, and he defends now. This season, that's the big difference for me, is he plays well in all 3 zones this season. And that's because he decided he was going to challenge himself and be able to do that.
Yeah, no doubt. He is
Yeah,
special.
he's a good player.
Obviously, Talkett's done a hell of a job there. What a perfect fit for that group.
Yeah. Are you talking about in Van?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Rick.
Van,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rick Tocchet.
Well, I'll talk, and even Footer. Footer is
Footer, yeah, right.
amazing.
Mhm.
And I don't know, like, I know Gonchar's there. I don't know how often he's there, but I know Footer very well. We've worked together before, but yeah, like just getting guys to play the right way.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hear about all these coaches, and I don't mean to like come down, but like some of the new college coaches, like, oh, this guy knows the game inside and out. He's got all these systems and these fancy X's and O's. Well, sometimes it's just about playing the right way and managing the puck and getting the puck in deep and defending from the inside out and boxing guys out and recovering to the middle, and all like the simple things that has worked for the last 50 years. And there's
Exactly.
like different variations of a forecheck and a neutral zone, but really, like, you play the game the right way, like you're going to have success.
No doubt.
So it's just nice for them, the Canucks, to have success with all these highly, highly skilled guys by a couple of coaches that are just getting them to play the right way.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. Again, like you say, Talkett, Footer. I mean, you could throw Chief in that bucket. Like guys that
Yeah.
played the game, and not just played the game, but played the game with the intangibles that you're talking about, right? I mean, you can X and O all you want, but like you got to get a group of guys to
Compete,
buy into what you're
compete,
saying.
just
Compete, right?
compete. Yeah, compete and win your battles. Your 50-50s, or win your net front, be a dog on a bone, going to the net and not getting boxed out and get rebounds and goals like that. And if you watch the way they play, like, they're not an overly big, especially their forwards, like Hoglander and Garland and Bluger. Like, these are not massive guys. These are
Right.
undersized guys, and they just buzz around and they go to the net. JT Miller's not an overly huge guy. You would think he's 6'4" the way he plays,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right.
right? Like, there are guys that Dakota Joshua is a big guy, but he never played like a big guy before. They've gotten him to play like a big guy, like a big power forward. So that's talking Footer for sure.